So guys, under some scary looking light here in the kitchen, and today's an exciting day because finally my MSA race license looks like it's arrived. So I thought I'd do a little bit of an unboxing type video of what's in here, as I've not opened it yet myself, see what's in here and tell you about what kind of videos are going to come up soon really. So let's have a little look inside this. Comes in like a polythene pouch, which is a little bit different to the norm. It says on here, use this poly bag to retain your membership pack. So in here, it's just got my address and stuff on. So this is the MSA yearbook. So most people refer to this as the blue book, as there is a blue strip on it. It used to be navy blue. Basically in here is a lot of detail around all of the regulations. So I'm just going to scan through here. So this is about cross-country events. So it obviously spans whether it's road racing, whether it's track racing, circuit racing, or rallying, I think even karting. So it obviously covers a wide range of different type of racing. Here's rallying, like I just mentioned, drag racing, trials, and karting. And then it goes into some details around typical costs, what a race license costs. So when you get to the dizzying heights of Formula One, a race international plus FIA fee is £6,500. Wow, that's pretty expensive. I didn't realise it was that high. Anyway, so that's going to have all of my details in for I'll need for the regulations. This is just something about race insurance. It's a little pamphlet here about Ryan Motorsport Insurance. Nice little plug there for you for free. This will be to hold my race license, some type of a wallet. And we have a MSA digital yearbook. So the same that's here in paper format for me to study is also here in DVD format. So this says it's basically, so there's 2 videos on here, which you can probably just read there. So we have the MSA yearbook, so this in PDF basically. We have kart race yearbook, also in PDF, and then we have a first aid in motorsport video, and it could happen to you video. So I'm not sure if that's if it could happen to you as in the success, but more the it could happen to you in you will crash basically in racing. Also has some links to the MSA online and some contact us pages by the look of it. So that's that, and that is that. On the other side of this piece of paper, which had my address on it, we have, dear competitor, here is your 2017 credit card style competition license, which you must sign immediately. If you require an upgrade, signatures must be recorded using the upgrade card, which can be found in section H of the 2017 yearbook. If you wish to upgrade your license during 2017, as in previous years, you will need to return your 2017 license with your upgrade request along with any supporting documentation. So I think the rules are, after you've been to 6 race events and you've participated in 6 race events, you can then request to go up to a national A license. I think it charges about £100 and something to upgrade to the national A, which will then allow me to race in other countries such as France, Germany, Holland, all sorts of places. So I think the calendar's being released now for the Caterham graduates, which I'll hopefully share with you shortly. But I think on there there'll obviously be a European race. So if I want to do that European race, I'll have to obviously get all of my signatures and do the upgrade ready for then. So here, unsurprisingly, there's not a photo on here, so I think I'm okay in showing you guys this. I'm not sure, but I won't put my license number up there just in case it causes any controversy. But basically it's just a credit card style license with the year that it's to be used in 2017, my name and the type of license. So it's basically saying it's a national B race license and it's an ARDS not EU. So I've basically done my ARDS test, it's saying, but it's not suitable for EU racing, even though the UK is in the EU, but technically not going to be soon. Yeah, so basically I can't use it abroad. On the back is the little picture I sent off, the little mugshot, along with a signature strip for me to obviously sign. I suppose they'll use that signature to match up with the signature for when I sign on to each race event, when I attend the race events. I think it's probably a good time to show you where I'll be racing. So the Caterham Graduates website has now been updated with where we are going to be racing. So I'm going to share that with you now. So effectively, this is the calendar. So we've been told that to be announced at some point early next year, there will be a Donington Silverstone pre-season track day. So that's pretty exciting for two reasons for me. One, Donington is my local, or one of my local race circuits, which I've been to several times, so I'm pretty comfortable with that. I know all the corners, I know entry speeds, and I think I'm pretty good on pace there. Silverstone I've never been to in a proper track situation. I have been and done a track day there in my old Caterham, but that was purely the Silverstone National, so it would be a good experience. But a pre-season track day, that'll basically be just meeting up with the rest of the guys that'll be racing that year, have a bit of shakedown of the car, and just meet people and make sure the car setup seems okay. After that, we've got March 18th, we've got Alton Park. Alton Park, that's a pretty good track. Been there once before in the summer this year. That was really good in my old car. Yeah, that was in my old car. So that'll be a double header across one day, which means you'll do two races in the same day. So you'll do a qualifying session, a race, and then some other teams will race, and then you do another race. So that's good. April 22nd / 23rd in Pembury. So I've never raced at Pembury or been on track at Pembury before, but I've looked at the circuit. It looks pretty good. And that's also a double header, but that's split across 2 days. So you'll do race 1 on the Saturday, obviously, and race 2 on the Sunday. May 13th / 14th, we're at Cadwell Park. Now, Cadwell is going to be super exciting. So Cadwell is a really tight circuit with the famous jump, the hill, where they tend to do a lot of motorbike racing really at Cadwell. So you'll see a lot of shots of motorbikes basically going up the hill and getting wheelies at the top of the hill where the jump is basically. So it's a very good circuit, very narrow, slippery in the first couple of bends where the trees are. But yeah, that should be really close, tight battles going on there. June 3rd and 4th, so that's at Donington, brilliant. I know Donington well, that's a single race and an endurance. So I believe the way that works is, on the Saturday you do a single race like you do normally, and then on the Sunday is a non-championship point race, an endurance race, where you team up with between 3 and 4 people, and you basically go out and do 20 or 30 minute stints depending on how many of you there are. And it's the most amount of laps that can be achieved by each team within a specific time limit. I think it's 4 hours or 2 hours. I think it's 4 hours. That should be pretty good and exciting. Not sure whether I'll do the endurance, but it does sound interesting. July 1st / 2nd, so that'll be at Croft, a circuit I've never raced at. My neighbour Ben, he's raced there this year. He said it was a really good circuit, despite the videos making it look really flat and pretty boring. He said it's pretty good, so that should be pretty exciting, so I can't wait for that one. That's also a double header, so that'll be on Saturday and Sunday. August 5th and 6th, Zandvoort GP. So Zandvoort's in Holland, not far from Amsterdam, and that will be a double header as well on a Saturday and Sunday. I've heard good things about Zandvoort. They've got some pretty big curbs there apparently, so a lot of two-wheel action could be had when going over those big curbs. That should be good if I make it, if obviously I do the upgrade to National A that we were talking about earlier. September 9th, 10th, Snetterton 300. So Snetterton, I've done that once I think. Really good track, great place to go, and I know that pretty well, so I'm pretty confident and comfortable with that. Also a double header, and October 6th, 7th / 8th, that'll be at Silverstone International, which one I really wanted to do. I was kind of hoping it'd be Silverstone GP, mainly because obviously it's the Formula 1 race circuit, so that would have been pretty cool. But the International, I think, is probably more suited to Caterhams. There's not as many long straights, but it is still using the new paddock area, so that would be pretty cool. So it'll still be using the same paddock areas the Formula 1 use. So that should be pretty exciting, and that's also a double header. So that's all pretty exciting stuff. There's some details around how the numbering system has changed, so I need to pick a number for my car that'll be between 1 and 59. However, 1 to 10 are reserved for the people who won the class last year, in case they want the coveted number 1, or any of the top 10 slots are reserved for them. However, I think I'm going to go for 28, as that'll be how old I'll be in 2017. And the only other news is that it looks like the Graduates has got a sponsor they've had for a few years, APL Health, who I think do educational health and disability health, I think they do. They are a leading sponsor, so it turns out that there'll be a lot more branding for APL Health on it, and it turns out that the championship itself will be called the APL Health Caterham Graduate Championship. So the APL Health Caterham Graduate Championship. Stay tuned, because there's going to be some preparation videos of the car coming up soon when I take it to Macmillan Motorsport, and there'll be some kit reviews. So I'll be looking at what helmet I've bought, what hands device I've bought, the race logic system I've bought. I'll be doing some reviews on that before racing next year, so stay tuned for those winter videos that are coming up, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers, guys.